This isn't about rumors anymore. Paramount is under real pressure, and the list of viable moves is getting shorter. With streaming costs rising and consolidation accelerating, Paramount may only have a few realistic paths, and one of them points directly towards Warner Brothers. Because every time a legacy media company reaches this moment, it's not about ambition anymore. It's about survival, leverage, and who controls the future of entertainment.
I am not entertained.
So here's the bigger picture. Paramount isn't short on valuable IP. It's short on scale. In today's media landscape, having great brands isn't enough if you can't spend costs across a massive global platform. Streaming consolidation has changed the rules. Investors want fewer players, stronger libraries, and clearer path to profitability. That's why conversation around mergers, especially with a company like Warner Brothers, keeps resurfacing. This isn't about desperation headlines. It's about whether Paramount can realistically compete on its own or if joining forces becomes the smarter long-term play. All right, so let's put this towards you. Jump to the comments. Should Paramount push to stay independent and protect its identity, or does merging with Warner Bros. Make more sense in today's media landscape? Type independent or merge in the comments down below.
So what just happened? Warner Bros. Discovery Board has yet again rejected Paramount Skydance's hostile takeover bid. This was a revised offer worth the $1.8.4 billion, going at $30 per share, backed heavily by Larry Ellison's $40 billion. And the board is sticking with the existing deal it already signed with Netflix for an $82.7 billion merger on Warner Studios and streaming, HBO, Max, etc. Not the whole company. This is at the least second time the board has told Paramount why Warner's board keeps saying no to Paramount. Even though Paramount's headline price is bigger, Warner's board says the structure is just too risky. It's not worth their time. The debt bomb plus leverage buyout. Paramount's plan is basically a massive leverage buyout at about $41 billion in new equity backed by the Larry Ellison family, plus partners around $54 to $87 billion in new debt financing from major banks and private equity, depending on source breakdown. Warner's board says that much debt would handcuff the company, make operations harder, and could blow up if the market inferior versus Netflix's deal. Netflix's offer is smaller in headline value, but it's less debt heavy and seen as more financially stable. Netflix has investment grade credit. Paramount Skydance does not. It only buys studios plus streaming and leaves the cable networks like CNN behind, which the board thinks reduces regulatory and integration risk. The board literally called Paramount's bid a risky leverage buyout and said Netflix offers superior value with greater certainty. The breakup fees and the switching costs. Warner already has signed a merger agreement. If they walk away from Netflix now, they owe roughly 4.7 to 5 billion in breakup fees, which effectively shrinks the net benefit of Paramount's higher bid. Where do things stand with the board? Warner Brothers Discovery Board has unanimously recommended that shareholders reject Paramount's tender offer and stay with Netflix. Paramount has set a January 21st deadline for the shareholders to tender their shares into the hostile bid. The investors' mood they don't feel that it's comparable to a cash offer or price from Paramount. Others prefer the less risky route through Netflix. Paramount's options are, yet as my cousin stated, they basically nailed it in their message. Paramount now has few realistic plays. They can bump the bid to above $30 per share. A Business Insider floated $32 a share as a likely next level if they want to force a real shakedown. A higher cash offer bid, but even more pressure on the board, make it easier for shareholders to argue the board is ignoring a clear superior financial offer. Make it cut short, Paramount has run out of options. The Warner Brothers board rejected their hostile bid again and is telling shareholders stick to Netflix. Stick to where it is safe. It is a guarantee. They call Paramount's bid debt-stuffed leverage Paramount's remaining moves is to either raise, push an override by the board, fight regulators, or just walk away entirely. This smells of desperation, plain and simple, by Paramount. And I didn't think it would get like this. After the last rejection, I just thought like, oh, hey, it is what it is. Take the L, walk away, but they are coming back yet again and again. And it begs the question, really, does the old money, well, I shouldn't even really say that because they're not using any of their money, but does the old really don't want the new, i.e. Netflix, to get a hold of so much content, so much property? And then again, I want to iterate, Netflix is not buying out the whole thing. It's only Paramount that wants all of that shit. Netflix has given key strategic guidelines on what it wants, what it will plan and do and off with it, and Netflix is going of a more merger approach rather than Paramount. So Paramount, just sit down, man. You can't get your app to work correctly. You gonna take on this entire studio and everything that comes with it. Well, what are your final thoughts, or how are you feeling about this, Treese?
Yeah, I've been saying that Paramount is them people on eBay that knows they ain't gonna win the fucking bid, but just try to drive the fucking price up to be fucking assholes. I've been saying that from the jump. Don't get me
You
wrong. I
have.
think Larry Ellison, that is one of the main shareholders of Paramount Plus, don't want to see Netflix become such a big player, because I said on previous topics that Netflix could become a fucking bully. And we've already reported how they trying to use the Warner Brothers movie IPs to only be in theaters for 17 days and then goes to straight to their streaming services. So Netflix could really shake some shit up and make some people uncomfortable, like they've already done since they've been created. They've been doing nothing but making people uncomfortable because they've been shifting the way audience viewership is since they've been mailing people DVDs and becoming a streaming service. So many people, when Netflix was in a financial bind and trying to get sold, they said, yo, you're nothing but a gimmick. Your shit is going to disappear. You're going to be irrelevant. And look here, Netflix is up here not only making some of the best money in the streaming service game right now, and their company is worth half a trillion dollars, but they up here are buying one of the oldest, most established platforms there is. That is Warner Bros. That has some good shit. DC, Superman, Batman. So I think a lot of this is to block Netflix from trying to become big bullies in the industry. And like I said, there's probably going to be more and more studios that come available in the future because of financial hardships that we're in. Due to microeconomic financial difficulties, baby. That word keeps popping up in not just gaming, but every form of fucking entertainment that there is. Because when start looking at their pocketbooks, entertainment is the first thing they fucking cut. They're not gonna cut their rent. They're not gonna cut their food expenses because they gotta eat. So all the entertainment shit that they spend money on is gonna be cut. So I think, yeah, Paramount is very, very desperate. But like I said in other videos, they should have been came with their best and final. And this was in the bidding process. Why didn't you come with your best and final then? Why are you making all this hoopla now? Like, bruh. And then too, if you would have came before anything was finalized, Warner Brothers probably wouldn't have that thing written where if they back away, they have to pay Netflix money. So you should have came with your best and final a long fucking time ago. A long time ago, Larry Ellison. You a tech giant. You've been compared to make more money than Jeff Bezos. Why didn't you come correct months ago when people were going through the official bidding process? So a little too late. I could care less about the topic, but it's just crazy how this keeps going back and forth. I know people like, bro, y'all made this a topic about this subject like every week, but that because it keeps popping up in the news, and every week is something new that Paramount is trying to pull, trying to get this goddamn studio. And the studio just keeps rejecting them. I think they've been rejected in total even before Netflix was even in the picture, because Paramount tried to buy Warner Brothers long before and they got rejected then. They've been rejected like 4 times. Like, catch a clue. She don't want you, bruh. She not gonna pick you, bruh. She want the other guy. Leave her alone. Like, this is starting to become a little embarrassing. But listen, let me know how you feel about the comments below. I can just tell you, I'm a little exhausted and I'm ready to hit the conclusion. Let Netflix have what it's gonna have. It's gonna do what it's gonna do. And baby, go. And Paramount, go gently in that good night. When something else comes on the market, try to go after that. But don't make the same mistake. If you want something, you're going to pay the price for whatever it's going to cost to get it. Don't try to do this shit on the back end. Talking about, whoa, 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 whoa. Now we want it. Nah, motherfucker, come correct the first fucking time. Motherfuckers like this that piss me off. Anyway, let me know in the comments how you feel and all that. Yeah.
And that's it for this video of Are You Not Entertained podcast. Thanks for hanging out with us. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell so you'll never miss our next hot take. Until next time, Are You Not Entertained?